Civilizations have used cosmetics, though not always recognizable compared to today's advanced products, for centuries in religious rituals to enhance beauty and to promote good health. Cosmetics usage throughout history can be indicative of civilization's practical concerns, such as protection from the sun, indication of class, or conventions of beauty. One of the biggest hurdles we face when it comes to making more conscious purchasing choices is having the time to research brands, ingredients, production, and practices when it comes to natural beauty. Finding products that do not disrupt our skin. Since our skin absorbs so much of what we put in it, shouldn't we be more intentional with the products we use, from cruelty-free to non-toxic ingredients? Sustainable cosmetics. Typically, the term is used to describe products using environmentally friendly formulations, production practices, or packaging methods. With respect to the cosmetic industry, green and sustainable cosmetics are defined as cosmetic products using natural ingredients produced from renewable raw materials. I'm going to attempt to answer 3 common questions regarding cosmetics, and we'll begin with, what is sustainability in the beauty industry? In beauty and personal care, sustainability means recyclable packaging, decrease from the use of single-use plastics, consciously curated ingredients, safe-to-use components, and small footprint production from start to finish. What is sustainable makeup? Sustainable makeup is made with natural and organic ingredients that are free from harsh and potentially harmful chemicals. Also, sustainable makeup is normally designed with packaging that is recyclable, so you will not find yourself contributing to more waste in our landfills. How do beauty products affect the environment? The packaging of cosmetic products can take hundreds of years to break down in a landfill, releasing toxins into the soil and waterways. Most mainstream cosmetics are filled with toxic chemicals, and these chemicals eventually make their way into our soil and oceans, destroying natural habitat and wildlife. Many people have asked the question of whether cosmetics are bad for the environment. Have you ever stopped to wonder about the environmental impacts of all your cosmetics, beauty products, and personal care items are having on the planet? The truth is, cosmetics are affecting our environment in a negative way. Whether the product is washed down the sink or disposed of in the bin, all the chemicals, toxins, and plastics are poisoning our waters and planet, which then results in killing coral reefs, turtles, rainforests, wildlife, habitat, and much more. Most mainstream cosmetics are filled with toxic chemicals. These chemicals eventually make their way into our soil and oceans, destroying natural habitat and wildlife. Pesticides spray on the raw ingredients being farmed poison our planet as they seep into the soil and make their way to bodies of water. Many products contain palm oil, one of the #1 contributors to rapid deforestation, wildlife extinction, and climate change. Turtles and marine animals are ingesting microbeads, wet wipes, and plastic packaging, which eventually blocks their digestive tract and causes them to die. The toxic ingredients found in mainstream sunscreens is killing corals and marine ecosystems at an alarming rate. As consumers are becoming more and more educated of the health dangers posed by cosmetics and personal care products, hopefully consumers can encourage company brands to be more cognizant and care about the toxic ingredients and do a better job by consumer awareness. However, the negative environmental effect that cosmetics and personal care products are having on our beautiful planet is not common knowledge for the everyday consumer, which is why there cannot be enough awareness focused on this topic. So, what effect are all the millions of beauty products having on the planet. Let us review how cosmetics are damaging our environment and how they are affecting the natural world around us, as well as some environmental friendly solutions. Let's begin with natural. It's destroying our planet. Companies are cashing in on the word natural. They seem to think that by putting a few natural ingredients in their product makes their product natural, even though it is overflowing with other chemical and toxic ingredients. Here is where it gets interesting. Because more companies are seeking out ingredients so that they can put natural on their bottle, the demand for natural ingredients has increased at an unsustainable level. To supply the rising demand means that more farming and mining needs occur. Now, this would be a wonderful thing if it was done sustainably. However, big companies want to buy in mass quantities and they want to do it cheap and fast. When done mindlessly, the mining minerals and oils for natural ingredients disrupts ecosystems and depletes non-renewable natural resources. The environment-friendly solution: choose beauty companies and beauty products that use a high amount of either organic ingredients or wild-crafted ingredients in their product. Also, if you choose to buy a product that does not contain organic ingredients, do a little research on how the company sources its ingredients. Look for fair trade practices and give back initiatives. Look for sustainable ingredients such as coconut oil, hemp oil, and aloe vera, for they are easily renewable and therefore make a great eco-friendly option. Palm oil. Can it ever be sustainable? The answer is no. Firstly, most of us are aware of the destructive deforestation that happens with the majority of palm oil production. To keep up with the incredibly high demand for cheaply produced oil, acres of rainforest are being cut down at alarming rates, leading to a loss of animal habitat for endangered species. In the past 16 years, the quest for palm oil has led to the death of an estimated 100,000 orangutans, and other animals such as elephants, rhinos, and tigers are also at risk. Over the years, we have seen the introduction of sustainable palm oil. However, there is no such thing as sustainable palm oil. And the reasoning is, to produce palm oil, the fruit is collected from the trees, which can live an average of 28 to 30 years. However, once the trees grow too high, making it difficult to reach the fruit, they are cut down and the forest is set to make room for new trees, which still contributes to deforestation of the rainforest. This process happens no matter if it is sustainable palm oil or not. The bottom line is that there is no way to produce sustainable palm oil that did not come from deforestation. And those sustainable claims by corporations, certification schemes, and non-government organizations are simply greenwashing. If a company uses palm oil, certified or not, they are most definitely destroying tropical forest. Today, almost all chocolate, shampoo, chips, household cleaning products, cosmetics, and even pet foods use palm oil. So many of them are claiming to use sustainable palm oil. The environment-friendly solution is to simply do not buy products that contain palm oil. Another area of concern is sunscreen that can be damaging coral reefs. A common chemical ingredient used in almost every sunscreen is oxybenzone. This is an active chemical that absorbs UVA and UVB rays, protecting the skin from the sun. This ingredient does a very effective job at protecting our skin. It also is very negative impact on the world's coral reefs. It has been contributing to bleaching of the coral reefs. Every time we apply sunscreen, we are killing the coral reef. It can either wash off in the ocean, river, or lake when we go swimming, or it will trickle down to the drain when we take a shower. All bodies of water eventually make their way to the ocean. It also damages the coral's DNA and interferes with reproduction of growth of young coral. Coral reefs house diverse ecosystems that provide habitat and food for many marine organisms. They also generate billions of tourist dollars to local economies. It is important we keep them alive. The environment-friendly solution to this is when buying sunscreen, look for ingredients that contain titanium dioxide and zinc oxide instead. These compounds act like a mirror, reflecting the sun's rays. They are not only better for our health, but also much less damaging for the environment. Are you feeding the turtles wet wipes? Most of us at some point have used wet wipes, whether it is to clean our face, remove makeup, or to clean up babies. At some point, we probably have flushed down a wet wipe down the toilet, even though it says they're flushable. Today, I'm here to tell you that wet wipes are anything but flushable. Even the ones that say they are biodegradable still wreak havoc with our sewage systems, oceans, and marine life. They clog up sewage systems and do not biodegrade by the time they make their way to the ocean. They get ingested by sea creatures, such as turtles, who mistake them for jellyfish and eventually die. Even if you do not flush your wet wipes, they end up in the landfill where the toxic chemicals used to make the wet wipe seep into the soil and poison our planet. The environment-friendly solution would be to avoid using wet wipes, and if you really feel that you cannot live without them, then choose a non-toxic one and dispose of it in a bin. Deadly plastics are behind all the beautiful packaging that we see in cosmetics. The packaging of cosmetics and personal care products also has damaging effects to the environment. All those plastic bottles and tubes that hold shampoo, moisturizers, our favorite shade of lipstick, and an array of other products, all these end up in either our oceans or landfills where they release toxins to the environment and can take hundreds of years to break down. Then there are the microbeads, the tiny balls of plastic used in body scrubs, toothpaste, and body exfoliators. Some products contain over 300,000 microbeads per tube. These microbeads get washed down our drains and make their way into the ocean where marine animals ingest them. Then this blocks the marine animals' digestive tract and causes them to die. The beauty industry has been under fire in recent years for its use of microbeads, and because of the consumer demand, several companies are opting to slowly phase them out. The environment-friendly solution. When buying products, choose to go plastic-free and opt for product packaging made with glass or recycled paper. Even better, many companies are dropping the packaging and are upcycling bottles, using little or no packaging. Also, check all labels on toothpaste, exfoliators, and body and face scrubs. If they contain plastic microbeads, then look for an alternative brand or product. The chemical ingredients are slowly poisoning our planet. The chemical components of many products do not break down and instead accumulate in our ecosystems. Cosmetics and personal care products do their most damage to the environment after they are washed down the sinks. The chemicals are recycled into our lakes, streams, rivers, and public water systems. Here are the most environmentally damaging chemicals used in cosmetics, including products you will find in them that will affect our ecosystems. Phenylidamine is a dangerous and coal tar-derived chemical most often found in dark hair coloring and lipsticks. It has long-term toxic effects on aquatic ecosystems, and it diminishes the animal plankton population, alters fish behavior, and causes death in many aquatic species. The cosmetics, preservatives BHA and BHT also alter behavior and causes death in fish and shellfish. Dioxane is a carcinogenic endocrine disruptive chemical that contaminates many cosmetic ingredients, including sodium sulfate, during the manufacturing process. These are steps companies can take to remove dioxin contaminants, but the methods are costly and time-consuming, so most companies do not bother. It is found in cream-based cosmetics, shampoos, moisturizers, soaps, and bubble baths. When washed down the drain and introduced in the aquatic ecosystem, it can also alter fish behavior, growth, and increases fish mortality. Trialkylaene, the antibacterial chemical used in cleaners, hand sanitizers, deodorant, and laundry detergent, is also capable of accumulating in the environment. Products that contain this are almost always washed down the sink and introduced into the aquatic ecosystem. It has been shown to change the biochemistry of fish and aquatic plants, and is also linked to genetic mutation in frogs and animal and plant and other animal plant planktons. The reproductive cycles, population, and growth patterns of plants and fish are also affected by this. DEA is added to almost every cosmetic and personal care product on the market. This chemical is used as a pH adjuster and balances the acidic properties of other chemicals in the product. DEA accumulates in the environment and reacts with nitrates to form nitrosamines. Nitrosamines are highly carcinogenic to both human and animal life. DEA contamination has been linked to behavior, reproductive, and population changes in animal and plant life. It is fatally toxic. Cosmetic chemicals are not just hazardous to the aquatic life. All life on Earth is dependent on the water cycle. Water vaporizes into the atmosphere, reaccumulates into the clouds, then it reliquefies and returns to the Earth as rain. The chemicals that have been introduced into aquatic systems evaporate along with the water and are transferred to other areas through rain. Cosmetic-related chemicals have been found in rivers, oceans, streams, lakes, public water supply, agricultural soil, and even household dust particles. The environment-friendly solution would be research the labels on cosmetic products more carefully. The environmental damage caused by cosmetics are far-reaching. However, consumers have the power to keep these toxins out of the environment by choosing not to support any products or brands that are not environmentally minded. Consumer demand has already inspired many companies to green their products. This progressive behavior reinforces that at the end of the day, we as consumers have the power to put pressure on companies to adopt more greener, safer, and sustainable practices. With education and responsible purchasing practices, consumers have the power to stop the pollution caused by cosmetics and their toxic chemicals. A famous quote that I like by Jane Goodall, and it makes perfect sense, states, "What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make."